Good day, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I'm here to share my treat boxes as part of our trick or treat Halloween hop, and I have a couple of tutorials to share with you. If you are here from Sandy Trefger's YouTube channel, you're in the right place. And the next person on the hop is the Terra 148, and I'll put her link in the description, as well as I'll televise it here on my YouTube channel tutorials. So one thing I did want to share is that I have a couple different treat boxes that I want to show you. These are really simple. You can use pattern paper to cut these out. I have the dimensions and I'll share the tutorial with you. You can do a couple different things like using a scallop punch or any type of decorative punch at the top. Or I've also created it so that you can use your Stampin' Up! Tag topper punches. That's one. And then here's another one. Or you can just simply square it off, punch a couple holes, and put your little ribbon in there, and then decorate it to whatever specifications that you like. Also, I have a Lawn Fawn treat box die that I wanted to share with you. I love this. I purchased this earlier this year, and I've been dying to use it. So not just the die itself that punches out this cute little box, but I bought a couple add-ons. So I got this little Halloween add-on kit, and it has like the door, ghost, windows, a tree, and bats, and a cute little cat. And then I added some other die cut elements from Lawn Fawn. So I will be sharing with you how I created these, and I hope you stay tuned. Happy trick or treat Halloween hop. Okay, I'm going to show you how to create this cute little treat box. I've stuffed a couple of Twix candy bars in here. Really easy. All you need is, I'll put that off to the side. All you need is a 5.5 sheet of pattern paper, 5.5 by 10 inches. So 5.5 by 10, and we are going to do some scoring. So on the 5.5 inch side, we're going to score at 1 3/4 and 3 3/4. Okay, and then we're going to turn it 1/4, and we're going to score at 4 1/4 and 5 3/4. Now, while we're here on this side, and I'm going to show you a diagram that's easy to follow. We've just scored, so ignore the pattern paper for a minute. We've just scored at 1 3/4 and 3 3/4. And if you can see the diagram here, you can take note of those score lines and cut lines. Okay, and then when we turned it this way, we scored at 4 1/4 and 5 3/4. Now, on this pattern paper, now I am going to also score at 3 3/4 to the first score line that I made on the 5.5 inch piece. So we're going to do that now. So I'm going to score 3 3/4 to the score line. And then I'm also going to score at 6 1/4 to that, again, that first score line, because we're going to cut a lot of these pieces away, the large pieces away. And I've just turned it 180 degrees, and now we're going to do the same thing. So 3 3/4, and we're going to score right down to the first score line, and then again 6 1/4, and we're going to score down to that line. It's hard to see on pattern paper, but with the white piece of cardstock I've used here, you can see that. Okay, and then what we're going to do, that's all the scoring we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut away these 4 corners here. So on this score line, and you can use your trimmer to do this, I've actually done that, and you'll want to cut all the way up to this score line, which is your 5 3/4, but we're only going to cut this piece off at the 6 1/4, which creates our tab. Okay, hope that makes sense. We're going to do the same thing on all 4 sides. So we're going to trim all the way up to that score line here, and then we're going to cut that corner out, leaving our tab, this piece here. Okay, so again, same thing. Trim all the way up to that score line, cut the tab, all the way up to that score line, and then cut that off so we leave ourselves a tab. Okay, so then you're left with this. That's what this looks like. So you have scores to create your box like this, and here is the piece that you're going to fold in to create that, and then you'll bring these 2 pieces together to create your little treat box. Okay, so here I have a couple examples. This one I just punched a couple of holes in, and this way you don't have to use a tag topper punch like this one. This is my favorite Stampin' Up! Tag topper punch, and that's what I use to create this. So but you can just leave that squared off at the top, put a couple holes in there, and then when you adhere it together, all you have to do is put your ribbon through it and then decorate, and you have a cute little box like this. For this one, I'm going to demonstrate that because this is 2 inches, that's what this tag topper, oops, I guess I better open it up. That's how this is measured. So you put it in there, punch, and then this is what you have. Same here on the ends, on the other end, punch, and there is your tag topper punch treat box. And then you decorate in whatever theme that you are looking to go for. Of course, with the Halloween hop, we are creating Halloween themed little treat boxes, and you can actually, I mean, the cavity or the box itself capacity has quite a bit of room to fit quite a few little treats in there. Okay, so for my little lawn fawn boxes, I wanted to share a couple things that I did for each one of these. This is, again, a lawn fawn scalloped treat box, and there's an add-on die cut collection that goes with it, which includes this little tree, the doors, the windows, a ghost, a cute little black cat, and some bats. And that is the piece from that add-on collection. I've also included cute cobweb die cuts, which has this cute little cobweb, this little spider that has a little string where he's hanging down, and then I'm not sure if I had a large, but that die cut collection also includes a larger spider, which I think I used on this little box. There's a couple different techniques on each one of the boxes. This one I used a stencil, and it is from Echo Park, and all I did is I used this leaf stencil, and I used some gathered twigs ink, and I just sponged it on my orange cardstock to make my pattern with leaves on it. Okay, and then this one I used a brick brick print stamps, kind of like a really distressed. This is from Bow Bunny, and I used just a black ink on my purple cardstock to create that brick pattern look. Okay, and then this one is just simply, I used some pattern paper from a Cartabella collection, some paper that I had left over. Oops. From the Haunted House collection, and then I just added some other features from some of the other collections that I used. Also, the little tags that I have here, these are actually from I think it's the Haunted House collection as well. These little tags are part of some tags that I purchased from Silhouette, and then I just die cut them out. I sized them to be, not too overbearing for my little houses, but I sized them appropriately, and then had my Silhouette cut them out, and they're really cute little sayings. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Deadly morsels, beware and consume if you dare. So this is really cute. A couple of different techniques I also used with these houses. These two, I used vellum. When I cut out the doorway and the windows, I used vellum behind my die cuts so that I can put tea lights. These cute little tea lights will fit in here, and it will flicker, and it can be used as a decor item as opposed to a treat box. But they are really cute using something with something like that. This one, I simply just cut out some yellow cardstock to make it look like somebody's home. And then I also used vellum to create my little ghost on this one versus this one, and this one has just a white cardstock ghost. For this treat box house, I've cut several elements from the collection, and as I showed you before, this is the cute little Halloween add-on die cuts from Fawn. And then I also have this cute little, I think it's cute web, cute cobweb set, which it comes with a couple of little spider characters and a web. And then for this box, I did use some of my clear stamps, and I'll show you examples of the other two that I made. But for this one, I basically took a stencil, and it's from Echo Park, and it's called let's see, Crisp Autumn Stencil, and it's got these cute little leaves, lots of different types of leaves, and I just laid it on my cardstock, and I used some gathered twigs and my sponge dauber, and I went over all the areas, and then I cut out my treat box, which is this die from Fawn. It's a little, it's called Scallop Treat Box, and I cut two of those after I stenciled my leaves on my cardstock. Couple other, so the elements that I cut from my little die cut set here, I have some windows, window frames, trees, the roof, and then I also used some of the Hocus Pocus paper. I cut out a couple of cute little pumpkins and left a white border so they'd stand out on the background. Now, the other thing I did use is I have some silhouette die cuts that I used, and these are from Echo Park as well, and I just sized them to a small small enough, kind of like a tag to add to my box, with some baker's twine, and that's just for some added interest. This is Deadly Morsels Beware and Consume If You Dare. I thought that was, these tags were cute little things, and I just punched a hole in it so that I can thread it through and with my baker's twine. So I also cut that, and then I cut these out on my silhouette. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to use some vellum. One of the other boxes has vellum windows. The other one does not. I just used some yellow cardstock in them to make it look like it glows in the windows. But what I'm going to do on this is I'm going to put vellum here so that I can add a couple of tea lights inside, and it'll glow in the little treat box. So once you're done using it as a treat box, then you can put the little tea lights in and make it kind of like a little spooky decor piece. Okay, so I'm going to put this together, and I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, so here are some photos of my completed treat boxes. I've added a few elements like googly eyes and some tulle to some of the boxes. And here you can see the tea lights in a couple of the cute little houses. I hope that we inspired you with our projects. Thanks for hopping along with us. Please check the description box for all of the participants, and I am selecting a lucky subscriber to win a $20 gift certificate to Country Craft Creations. So review the rules in the description box as well. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you soon.